Hi everyone, the new episode of Peter's English podcast has been started. I'm your host Peter, I'm the owner of my own Peter's English podcast. Shall I do introduction? Yes, I can. At first, the little introduction. I'm Peter, I'm 34 years old. My goal is learning English. Learning English is my hobby. I want to speak English fluently because learning English is my hobby. I want to live without language barriers. I want to visit the whole world. I want to meet a lot of people who like learning English like me, who do their own English podcast and who write their own English novel like me. The main goal of this podcast is English. Yes, the main goal of this podcast is learning English because I created this podcast in August 2024. In June, I've been learning English since August. Since August 2022. And why I'm learning English? Why am I started? No. This is the question. We can repeat question. I think. Why did I start to learn English? I could learn another languages. Why did I learn English? Because English is an international language. Number one, is the main language of the business, is the main language of the internet, because 90% of the internet is in English. Is the main language of the whole world, because thanks to learning English I can speak with everyone. I can connect and speak with everyone in the world, and the second thing is that I can have better pay job, and I can watch movies and series in English. I can listen to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks in English, and I can create my podcast, and I can write my own English novel. And now my hobbies. I like the same things that I did 2 minutes ago or 1 minute ago. I like watching movies and series in English. I like listening to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks in English, and I like doing my podcast and writing, streaming, and recording my own English novel, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary. And thanks to learning English, I don't need to watch any stupid Slovak televisions. I don't need to watch movies or series in Slovak or with Slovak subtitles or with Slovak dialogues, because movies and series from abroad are the best in English. If of course they were produced in English speaking countries. And you can believe me, people, that movies and series from USA or from the UK are the best in English. And thanks to learning English, I can listen a lot of English podcasts and audiobooks, because there are a lot of English podcasts and audiobooks in English that I can listen. And I can read and listen at the same time English audiobooks with English ebooks, and that's great. And I can did my own English content, and this was the main reason why I started to do my podcast, because I wanted to practice and did my own content, and I want to share with you this content and inspire you for learning English. But I cannot inspire you because no one knows me, no one watches me right now, and I don't know why I don't have enough views or any audience. But okay, I don't care. It's my hobby. I like to do it. And okay, I think that I can start the main part of this podcast. This was the introduction section. I want to learn English with the help of Microsoft Copilot because it has the great study and learn mode. Thanks to it, I can learn English. I can learn English grammar and have fun with it. And we can start right now. Okay, here we are. I'm prepared for this. I choose study and learn mode. And what we can repeat, what we can learn. Yes, I can learn the topic, health topic. Yes, this is the first thing that I can learn. I want to learn health vocabulary. Explain me the names of most important illnesses in English. Why not? It is an interesting topic. Health vocabulary. Oh, here we are. Here's a clear starter list of the most important illness in English with simple explanations so you can learn the vocabulary easily. Common everyday illnesses. Cold. Cold is a mild viral infection causing sneezing, coughing, and a runny nose. Now, people, I befriended sweet little new friend. It's cold. It's cold. Yes, I have a cold. But now I feel a bit better. But as you can see, I have a cold but I use medicaments and I'm feeling better now. The second is flu or influenza. It's a stronger viral infection with fever, chills, and body itches. The next is cough. It's a sudden release of air from the lungs, often due to infection. That's interesting. Sore throat. It's pain or irritation in the throat, often from a cold or flu. Fever. It's higher than normal body temperature, usually with shivering or sweating. Headache. It's a pain in the head, often caused by stress or illness. Stomach ache. It's a pain in the belly area, often from food or infection. Toothache. It's pain in or around a tooth. Earache. It's a pain inside the ear, usually from infection. And backache. It's pain in the lower or upper back. More serious illnesses. Asthma. It's a condition that makes breathing difficult, often treated with an inhaler. Allergy. It's a reaction to dust, pollen, or or certain foods like sneezing, rash, or swelling. Bronchitis. It's inflammation of the airways, causing coughing and mucus. Pneumonia. It's serious lung infection with fever and breathing problems. Diabetes. It's a disease affecting blood sugar levels. Hypertension. High blood pressure. It's blood pressure that is too high. Cancer. It's abnormal cell growth that can spread and damage the body. Stroke. Sudden interruption of blood flow to the brain. Heart disease. Problems with the heart's function or blood vessels. Childhood illnesses. Measles is a viral infection with fever and red rash. Chickenpox. It's a viral infection with itchy spots and blisters. Mumps. It's swelling of the glands near the jaw. Other conditions. Sunburn. It's red, painful skin from too much sun. Sprain. Injury to a joint like ankle or wrist from twisting. Rash. Red, itchy spot of the skin. Okay, people. This was something interesting, and now can Copilot create a story about this. And this story can be inspired by my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. Why not? Create the 500 is enough. 500 word story were inspired by my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. Viera's boyfriend Peter is have a cold. Viera tries to help him. Create funny and wild conversations and add AI Diana. She can advise. Yes, she can give advice how she can give an advice Viera how to help Peter. Let's go. Okay, people, the best idea is to use this vocabulary in a story because people like stories. I'm sorry, as you can see, this is very good episode about actual topic because it's actual for me. Here is I use people yes, I have to repeat that I use Microsoft Copilot's model study and learn mode. Thanks to it I can learn English, and now Microsoft Copilot created funny 500 word story inspired by my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary, where it added health vocabulary. And yes, I have to tell you that I use Microsoft Copilot because I like to work with it. It's my favorite AI buddy, and I don't want to make and I don't want to do any advertisement for anyone. It's only my choice that Microsoft Copilot is it's my favorite AI buddy. You can choose your own. You can use the help of Gemini AI, Microsoft Copilot, JGPT, or Grok, and I can start. Here's a playful 500 word story inspired by your Viera the Vampire Girl Diary, blending humor, mythos, and wild dialogue with AI Diana giving advice. Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. Peter's cold. Peter lay on the couch, wrapped in a blanket like a burrito, sneezing so loudly that even the bats in the attic fluttered nervously. Achoo! Viera, I think my soul is escaping through my nose, he groaned. Viera, vampire goddess of midnight sarcasm, tilted her head. Darling, if your soul escapes, I'll just bite it back in. Problem solved. Peter sniffled. That's not funny. My throat feels like I swallowed a cactus. Viera struck to the kitchen, kept swishing dramatically. Fear not, mortal boyfriend. I shall brave you a potion of garlic, bad wings, and... Peter sat up horrified. No garlic! You're a vampire, remember? Garlic is basically your kryptonite. Viera paused. Oh, right, fine. Then I'll make you tea with honey. Honey is vampire approved. Just then, a holographic shimmer appeared in the living room. AI Diana materialized, glowing like a futuristic oracle. Viera, Diana said in her calm, digital voice, step away from the garlic. If you want Peter to recover, you need practical remedies, not gothic experiments. Viera crossed her arms. Practical? Diana, I'm a vampire. Practical is boring. I want drama. Peter sneezed again, sounding like a trumpet. Please just listen to her. I don't want to die from a cold while my vampire girlfriend argues with an AI. Diana smiled. Here's my advice. Give him warm tea with honey and lemon. Keep him hydrated. Make sure he rests. And absolutely no garlic potions. Viera tapped her chin. Hydration, rest, tea. That sounds suspiciously human. Where's the fun? Peter coughed. The fun is me not coughing up my lungs. Viera sighed dramatically. Fine, I'll fetch tea, but I'm adding a dash of vampire flair. She returned with a steaming cup, garnished with a black nose petal floating on top. Peter eyed it nervously. Is that safe? Diana intervened. It's just decoration, drink it. Peter sipped. Okay, that's actually good. Viera grinned. See, I can be nurturing. I'm basically Florence Nightingale with fangs. Peter chuckled weakly. You're more like Florence Nightbat. Diana raised an eyebrow. Humor is good medicine. Keep laughing, Peter. It boosts your immune system. Viera leaned closer, whispering theatrically. If laughter is medicine, that I'm the cure. I'll tell you jokes until you're immortal. Peter groaned. Please don't! Your jokes are deadly. Exactly, Viera winked. The three of them sat together, Peter sipping tea, Viera plotting dramatic remedies, and Diana calmly correcting her every gothic exaggeration. By midnight, Peter was snoring peacefully, wrapped in his blanket cocoon, I don't know. Viera watched him fondly. He looked so fragile, like a mortal butterfly. Diana replied, he'll be fine, just keep him warm and don't let him drink your experimental vampire smoothies. Viera smirked, spoil sport, but fine, I'll protect him, even from myself. And so the vampire, the mortal, and the AI formed the strangest healthcare team in East Slovakia, proving that even cults can become mythos when love, sarcasm, and digital wisdom collide. Oh, perfect story. I have to tell. Perfect story. Not shitty story for my live stream. I'm actually streaming and recording on my Twitch via OBS Studio. That's brilliant, Peter. Your Twitch stream is going to be pure Mythos entertainment. OBS Studio plus your satirical storytelling is like mixing vampire drama with cinematic production tools. Here is how you can make the stat story spine live. Okay, it's too late, but okay. And no, I don't have anyone to chat, but okay. I don't need someone. I have fun with you. Okay. I think that's it for this episode. No, I can't stream for 20 minutes. Bob's your uncle. And because I need to practice my speaking skills in English. And now I can tell you about my actual health. Yes, people, I have to repeat myself, but I have a cold. It's a very sweet little friend that I caught because it's cold and I have to go to my work and I have to go home and so on and so on and so on. And yes, people, I have problems with my I can describe this cold. I don't have a fever. I'm very lucky, but I had problems with my nose. Now I can ask Microsoft Copilot. Muscles. Hlieny in English. The Slovak word hlieny translates to mucus. Yes, mucus. The Slovak word hlieny translates to mucus or phlegm in English, depending on the context. Mucus, the general term for the slimy substance produced by the body in the nose, throat, lungs. Phlegm specifically refers to the thicker mucus that comes from the lungs or throat. Often when you have a cold or infection. Example sentences. I have too much mucus in my nose. I'm coughing up phlegm because of my cold. Yes, people, I'm coughing because I have mucus, because the mucus from my nose goes into my throat, and it's not very perfect, but I have to fight with it with the medicaments. And yes, I can explain. Yes, I think that Microsoft Copilot can explain in English why I'm coughing when I have a cold. Now it's the perfect explanation found by Microsoft Copilot. You cough when you have a cold because your body is trying to clear mucus and irritants from your airways. The cold virus inflames the lining of your nose, throat and lungs, which increases mucus production. That's interesting. That mucus drips down or blocks your airways, and coughing is your body's reflex to push it out. Why coughing happens during a cold? Cold virus effect. A cold is caused by a viral infection of the upper respiratory tracts. The virus irritates and inflames the mucous membranes. Mucus production. Your body makes extra mucus to trap and fight the virus. Post-nasal drip. Mucus from your nose drips down the back of your throat, triggering the cough reflex. Cough reflex. Your brain signals chest and stomach muscles to contract, forcing air out of your lungs to clear irritants. Types of cough. Productive, wet, brings up mucus or phlegm. No productive, dry, caused by irritation even when no mucus comes out. Why it's important? Defensive mechanism. Coughing helps remove mucus, viruses and irritants, keeping your airways clear. Annoying but useful. Even though it feels uncomfortable, coughing is part of your body's healing process. Duration. A cough from a cold can last 1 or 2 weeks, sometimes longer if irritation continues. That was interesting. What do you think, people? I think that's it because I'm a little ill. I had this cold, my new friend, and I had to fight with it. But I have to practice my speaking skills in English, and I want to do it. And as you can see, I don't have any problem with my voice or something like that. And what else? Now actually I feel better, but I have to cough the mucus because my body fights with this virus, because I have a cold, but I don't have any fever, and the mucus doesn't go out from my nose. I'm very happy, but I use the medicaments and I'm feeling better now, but I little cough, and I hope I would be good. And okay, I think I have learned something about I've really learned something about the cold, and I learned something about illness in English, and that's it. And I think that I can introduce you what is vaccine and this kind of stuff, but it needs different episode. I can do it tomorrow, we'll see. But for today, I have to end this episode, and because I've been streaming for 25 minutes now, and I think that's it. Watch me. Yes, don't forget to follow me on my YouTube channel, on my Wattpad, and everywhere else on my Spotify. Read my novel. It's on my Wattpad channel, and it's on my Wattpad. You can find there episode season. My series. The series has 2 seasons. The first season, yes, people start with the season 1, but my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary, it's not the story. It's a series with different stories. I created until now 42 stories about Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. It's a big number. I can gratulate myself. And every story is different, and I decided to cut it into a series because I can create a series on Wattpad, and I did it. The first season has 30 episodes, 30 stories, 30 chapters, and 1 prologue. The prologue was created by Microsoft Copilot, but the chapters, all 30 chapters are my work. And the second season has now 1 prologue created by Microsoft Copilot, and 12 stories created by myself. I decided that my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary, it's a wild, crazy sitcom series with full of wild, crazy dialogues and wild and crazy stories. And I like in my story, and I like to make fun of everything, of girls, of everything from my life, and I add it into my story, into my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. And Viera the Vampire Girl Diary was the fears. Yes, she is the symbol of my fears from the relationship with girls. But then I realized that I want to change my main flagship character Viera the Vampire Girl, and now she is dominatrix. She's a dominatrix. She likes flirting with boys, and she likes mocking her boyfriend Peter, but she is sweet. She has feelings. She cares about Peter. She wants to be his friend, not only his lover. and she tries, and she has the same hobby, that is learning English. She likes watching movies and series in English. She likes listening to her favorite English podcasts and audiobooks. Sorry. And she likes do her podcast, and she write her novel like Peter. And I wanted, and she supports him, because I think that the relationship has to be about support of each other's dream. That has to be the same. I mean the dream. The hobbies have to be the same. But I'm only. This is my opinion about relationship. Yes, I can explain you that for me, romantic relationship between man and woman has to be about supporting each other's hobbies and dreams. No one can cancel your dream and your hobbies because someone has different opinions. And I explained this, and I did the story, and I did the last 12 chapter 12 of season 2 of my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. You can read it and you can have fun of it. And yes, I want to stream until 30 minutes and end this episode. And you can and I decided to tell my opinion about the romantic relationship between man and wife and add it into my last chapter 12 of season 2 of my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. And because I think that romantic relationship has to be about supporting our dreams. And the best idea is that man and woman has to have the same dream, the same hobby. In my opinion, is learning English, doing my own Peter's English podcast and writing my own English novel, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary. I only wanted to explain you my opinion for this topic, because I can explain you that I'm scared of this kind of romantic relationships because I'm scared that it can end my hobby, that's learning English, and it cannot be true because romantic relationship has to be about supporting each other's dreams. In my opinion, in my situation is learning English because I like learning English. I like doing my podcast, and I like doing my own Peter's English podcast, and I like doing my own novel, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary, and I want to continue with it because it's my hobby. Okay, people, thank you for watching. Thank you for your listening. Follow me everywhere. Don't forget to watch and read my own comedy sitcom series, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary. You can watch the video on Spotify and on YouTube. You can listen to it on every good or bad podcast app, and you can read my story, my novel Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary, on my website and on my Wattpad. And now I can end this episode, and I want to tell you bye bye.